Hello, welcome back. Now, if you were watching the Politics Hub on Wednesday night, and what else would you have been doing on Wednesday night, you'd have seen the Liberal Democrat Foreign Affairs spokesperson was on. I asked her how she thought her party would get on in last night's by-elections.
I have no idea about Tamworth because I haven't been to canvass there. I think we can and will win Mid-Beds.
And Layla Moran joins us now live. Thank you so much for being on the programme. Look, first, I just want to say I get predictions wrong all of the time, and you were showing admirable loyalty to your own party. What went wrong?
So I think I said it even just before that clip. People we knew were taking a long time to make up their minds. And the reason I said what I said was because even on early last week, people who were outdoor knocking were saying there were huge numbers of undecideds and they hadn't told us which way they were going to go. Now, sometimes that's because they have decided to go somewhere else and they're being polite, or that they genuinely haven't decided. And what we were seeing from the data was a general uptick over the course of the campaign of where we were going. If that trend had continued, we could have won and would have won, which is why I said what I said. Sadly, that isn't what happened, and I'm gutted. I'm gutted for our candidate. I'm gutted for the party. I'm pleased we put our best foot forward, though, and we're proud of the campaign we did run.
Is there a bit of a lesson here for the Liberal Democrats, where you've obviously had some by-election successes against Conservative candidates? If Labour's in play, it feels like you've got less of a chance.
Well, I think at the next election, and pundits have been chewing over this stuff all week. I mean, Mid-Beds was an interesting one insofar as if you look at where it is on the target seat list, it's way out there in terms of seats that either Labour or us would be targeting at a normal general election. So there are very few that are going to be three ways. Our firm focus is taking seats off the Tories, particularly in the Blue Wall, which is the southeast, places like Oxfordshire, where I'm from. These are exactly the sorts of places that we are competitive. And what we have shown is, yes, we can come from third. So it was always going to be challenged. We said that right up from the off in that by-election. But the next general election is going to be in seats where we're really competitive, where we're already close seconds, and that we're going to just take it over the top. And that is what's going to get rid of this Conservative government.
It's interesting that you're saying that, look, the Blue Wall is your kind of target here. Is the idea to, I guess, turn back the tide that David Cameron first did after the coalition years, where he took so many seats off the Liberal Democrats?
It's certainly true that a lot of those places are now back in play, and you just have to look at what happened in Somerton and Frome. Massive majority, both overturned and now gained, and that was very recently. So we're back in play in the southwest. We're back in play in places around London, of which Mid-Beds is sort of one of them. So again, another reason why we were going for it. But it's seats where we have historic support that we're looking to gain back, and some seats with newer support where we've seen big demographic change, people moving out of urban centres, coupled with rural villages where we're doing well again. And that's the big story, I think, for us from this by-election. I mean, Mid-Beds has 48 villages. And in those villages, when we were looking at the votes piling in, I wasn't at the count, but this is what I understand since, actually those villages were voting for us. So we have gained credibility again in those rural communities, combined with, classic seats like mine with universities in them. Certainly, it is us finding that foothold again and moving forwards.
OK, thank you very much, Layla Moran, there.